In the year 1450, our land seemed to live in peace, but in the shadows, a silent fear was growing. Witches, called the red-haired, were hunted without mercy. Blamed for every misfortune, they were chased, captured, and often condemned. For in those times, it was enough to be different to be accused of witchcraft. This is the story of a young witch named Line and her companion Jode.
The forest is quiet today.
It is a beautiful day. Line, the young witch, used to meet here with Jode, a young farmer's son who lived in the nearest town.
Doesn't this begin like a fairy tale? Do you think witches will ever be accepted by the villagers?
I don't care about that. I just want to spend all my time with you, my favorite witch.
It is so peaceful here by the water.
Yes, the perfect place to rest.
I have to go home now. My grandmother is waiting for me. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
A dark and threatening mist spread through the forest. It seemed to carry a deep suffering within it, and Lena had a bad feeling about her grandmother.
I was waiting for you. Time is running out. You know that we witches live longer than men, but that does not stop us from dying one day. My dear girl, you must know that I love you very much, but there is something you must know before I go. Listen to me carefully, because I do not have much time left. First, there is something I must tell you. I am not your real grandmother. I took you in many back to some villagers, abandoned you in the forest. Did you see the mist in the shadow of Deadwood Forest earlier?
Yes, I saw it.
This is not just mist. It is something called the anti-breath. It is a sign that a war is coming. You will find a book about it in the library. You are capable of facing what is coming. And you are the sweetest little girl I have ever known. Everything that belongs to me now belongs to you. We red hairs can pass our strength to others. Our thickest hairs, as hard as horsehair, can turn someone into a sorcerer. Take my 3 hairs before I am gone and place them on your head. It will feel strange at first, but they will give you great strength.
I feel a new energy inside me. So this is the Book of Mists, the anti-breath. The mist announces an imminent war in the place it invades. It carries the troubles of the world. But there are several ways to fight it. I must fight evil with good and stop this imminent war. But how will I be able to do this all by myself? I will ask Jode for help. And together we will go find the seer witch mentioned in the book.
Lion set out to meet Jody in their secret place. The dark mist had disappeared for the moment, and the forest was bright. Lion wondered what she should do, and above all, how she should go about it. But for now, no solution came to her mind. Once she arrived, she told him everything that had happened since their separation and asked for his help.
I have missed you so much.
I am finally here.
To understand the threat, they needed to visit the seer witch who lived in another forest. Jody accepted without hesitation. Lion and Jody set out toward the seer's dwelling. To find their way, Lion followed the map drawn in the book her grandmother had left her.
I was expecting you. Close the door and sit down. We have things to discuss. There is no time to lose. I know why you are here, and I have the answer to your question. But I will need a sacrifice.
A sacrifice?
Jodie, are you ready to become a sorcerer?
No!
Yes, if it must be done.
Stand up and take one of my hairs. Place it on your head, quickly!
Sinira Sinvago Sinu Sonsaya Sonvagu.
Is Jode in danger?
It is possible. But now we must wait. His soul has left. I asked his soul to travel to the east and see what is happening there. When it has learned enough, his soul will return to his body.
While Jody lay on the ground, his soul travelling eastward, Line spoke for a long time with the seer witch. They talked about her grandmother, who had passed away, and whom the seer had known well, and about the mayor of the nearby village, a man who was not afraid of witches and who might help them. Meanwhile, autumn was slowly settling over the land.
Oh, where to see?
What did you see? Tell us.
An army, immense, is approaching. It comes from the east and destroys everything in its path. On the day of the first full moon of spring, it will reach the great plain of Imor.
Rest until tomorrow. Then go to the nearest village and speak to the mayor to warn him. Because after winter, you know what will come.
The next day, as agreed, Line and Jody warmly said goodbye to the seer witch and set off toward the nearest village, where they discreetly went to meet the mayor. Along the road, they saw many refugees fleeing the war. The mayor, who also sensed the danger approaching, decided to warn the other mayors and local leaders. An army would have to be gathered before the first moon of spring, and Line and Jody already had an idea. Line and Jody then shared their idea to try to save the country, to create a false army that would give the illusion of great power and frighten the invader. As the land had only a few real soldiers, the mayors and village leaders agreed to this bold plan. Soon the whole country began to work. In every village, people made costumes, banners, and false weapons. Each person was asked to give a few hours of their day to these unusual preparations. No one was left aside. Children, the elderly, and even the most fragile took part. Cows were turned into disguised mounts, and on the hills mannequins dressed as soldiers were placed to make the army appear larger. For when the day came, before the enemy, we had to look like 100,000 men. Winter had arrived. The villagers had finished their preparations, and for a time the people forgot what seemed inevitable. Some even began to doubt that the war would truly come, like a bad dream fading after waking. Lion and Jode also set aside their worries, and life slowly returned to its course. But as spring approached and the first moon rose, a dark mist returned to remind everyone of the danger hanging over the land. Then the long-feared day arrived. Costumed men came from all across the country and gathered in the plain of Imor, preparing to face the war. In the distance, the army from the east could be heard approaching.
Are you ready?
I hope so. The illusion had worked, like a magic trick. The orcs had been afraid. And the powerful army of orcs fled, leaving the plain calm and peaceful once again. Little by little, life returned to its course. Lion and Jode were married in the church, under the cheers of the whole country. It was a memorable day of celebration to honor the victory and the two heroes who had managed to repel an army. And they lived long lives, but above all, happy ones, surrounded by their 3 children.